And here she is. Ah, just look at that. The Western Pullman. If I just mount the camera really steadily. Okay, that's better. Well, the first thing you'll notice is this box is huge. It just goes on and on and on. Look at it, it's massive. And it weighs a ton as well. Not literally a ton, otherwise it'd be quite hard to get in the car. But it's really heavy. It's by Hornby, so no prizes for guessing that. It's called the Western Pullman, and there's a really nice photo there of two people who are obviously very posh, enjoying this particular train journey. And the waiter up there, you can just tell he's looking on his. You can just tell by the look on his face that he's thinking, "I hate this job. I hate it." Okay, so in this set we get a wonderful Castle class Cadbury Castle locomotive, which is an ex-GWR locomotive, but in BR green livery, late crest as well. And then four, not three, not two, 4 Hornby Pullman coaches. They're not the premium coaches, they're not the ones with 6 wheels or white roofs or little lamps that light up on each table. It'd be very nice if they were, but that would make the set about £500. So they are just the standard railroad Pullman coaches basically, which aren't as nice. But I suppose that, you know, the good thing is you can always replace them, can't you? You can always put your own premium Pullman coaches in if you so wish. Okay, well, another thing you may notice is that this is the old style packaging. You can tell by the map in the background there, and the fact that the layout is made up of second radius curves. I know! Second radius! I mean, that's just an insult to an engine like this. I recommend third or fourth, or even higher. Well, they don't do higher, but you know what I mean. Flexi track and stuff. So, what do we get in the set? Well, as I say, you get the layout there with a generous amount of track. It's just a shame that the curves are second radius. You get the locomotive, 4 coaches, 2 points or turnouts, a load of track, the little power connectors, 2 buffers, your old analog style DC controller, power adapter, you get some software for the computer, and you get the old Hornby style track mat. Right, oh gosh, it's seriously heavy. Okay, time to open it up and have a look. Okay, so the set's opened, and this is, yes, I'll just point that out. This particular set features a very silly piece of design in that the polystyrene is cut away and this box sits there, just like that. So as you open the set up, this comes falling out, and be careful because it contains the transformer, the adapter. It's really heavy. So, not brilliant design there. In fact, let's solve that problem now, shall we? By just taking the adapter out and then throwing the box to one side. Okay, so that's dealt with. Let's have a look at the locomotive first. Oh, look at it. Oh, look, this is incredible. I just can't wait to get her out. One finger in the back, gently push, and there she is. Wow, look at her. Cadbury Castle. Nothing to do with the chocolate company. It's basically just a hill. I think it's basically just like some really weird hill fort down south somewhere. But yes, there is no denying that this is one gorgeous locomotive. It's not actually the premium Castle class by Hornby, because this particular class of locomotive has been brought out again and is exquisite, absolutely exquisite. And this isn't the exquisite one, but it's still really seriously nice. There's a beautiful like copper or bronze coated chimney there, and then typical of the GWR, we've got some gorgeous safety valves in the middle there, and then a couple of whistles at the back. There's a beautiful handrail that runs all the way down the side of the locomotive, all around the front of the smoke box and down the other side as well. Of course, the nameplate is on the other side of it too. And then there's typical GWR style coupling and connecting rods here. It's a 460, so there's 4 at the front, 6 in the middle, and nothing at the back. But it doesn't need anything at the back. If we have a look in the back, you can see that there are these 2 guys that I've glued in. There is some cab detail there as well. Not incredibly smart and presentable, but it's there. I suppose if you wanted to, you could paint it. The only thing is, you won't actually get to see it really very well, will you? There's riveting on the body. There's a good deal of weight to it as well, and I particularly love the livery. Okay, sorry for the crossfade there, but a great big noisy van just went down the road, and so I had to stop and carry on again. But yeah, I'm loving the livery. I absolutely adore the livery. This beautiful green with red and gold stripes is just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. You can see the cylinders there, and what's really nice is that the buffers are sprung. I know, I can't believe it. I mean, this is just a standard Castle class locomotive. It's not the premium one. This is from about 2004, something like that. Yet it's got sprung buffers. That is one gorgeous locomotive. Absolutely gorgeous. The only thing you may have noticed is that the connection to the tender's quite unorthodox. It's not the usual pin that, you know, slots into a little hole. It's actually a sort of, well, it's like a spanner, isn't it? It's like a clasp, and that goes straight into the tender. And if we just have a look at the tender now, okay, so here we are with the tender, and you'll see what I mean. There's this little pin here that the locomotive latches onto. Basically, that slots into there, and then you push really, really hard, and the two lock together. And there is metal on the bottom of it as well. I think that there are possibly some pickups, some electrical pickups on this tender, and that basically the tender helps with the running of the locomotive. Now, as for the tender, it's nothing incredible. What is nice is, again, you've got sprung buffers on the back. There's a lovely vacuum pipe there, which I haven't added, by the way. That was already done. That was already there. There's some nice handrails, and there's a little bit of coal that they've put in. I suppose you could always put some proper coal over the top of that and make it more realistic if you wanted to. But considering there's nothing in the tender, there's a fair bit of weight to her. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's the only thing. The couplings are giant. They're large style couplings, and they're not NEM either. They're not NEM couplings. So that's a little bit annoying. That's how you can tell, basically, she's not the premium model. Because thankfully these couplings are being replaced with much more realistic slimline NEM couplings now. So yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. That's a shame. But apart from that, apart from the coupling, the tender's great. It's cracking. So what else do we get? Let's have a look at one of the coaches. Okay, so here's one of the standard Pullman coaches in usual, typical Hornby cat has been at the paper type packaging. Now I think you'll agree with me that that's not bad. That is not bad, considering that the whole set was about £110, £120. To get 4 coaches of this quality is really good, and it makes for a really nice long train, which we'll see in a bit. You can see that there are little table lamps on the tables, but they don't light up. They don't light up. They do on the premium ones, but not on this railroad version. The premium ones basically have pickups on the wheels at the bottom, which light all of the lamps up when there's power running through the track. But on this particular railroad one, No. We also get a silver roof instead of a white roof, which I don't think is as realistic. It's not supposed to be like that. But again, you know, to get 4 of these included with the set, and all the track, and the controller, and a beautiful locomotive that's called Cadbury Castle, and I don't think you can get anywhere else, it's not bad. Really not bad. Okay, well, here we are with one of the other coaches. This is basically one of the coaches that would go at the end, or the start. As you can see, it's quite different to the other one. It's basically a brake coach. It's got this section at the back here for the guard, for luggage and various other little things. And this one's car number 27. It's just like the other. Apart from this bit, it's just like the other. The detail is really good. Considering it's basically a railroad budget Pullman coach, it's not bad at all. Not bad. Okay, the couplings are big again, but then they are on the tender, so it'll match at least. It'll all go together. Not much weight to her though. Not much weight to her. That's probably my biggest criticism of these coaches. That there's really not very much weight to them. It might be worth me taking the main body off and putting some weight into that coach to make it heavier, because it'll run better if it's heavier. Okay, so what else? Well, we've got a couple more coaches there, which I'll put onto the track in a bit. There's a whole load of these short straights. There's a whole load of second radius curves, and underneath the second radius curves you've got a couple of points and a couple of point correctors, which are basically the really short, well, they're basically half the size of these little short bends. That's your old analog style DC controller, which I do like. I do like these. I love the feel. Watch out, this is going to sound rude. I do love the feel of this knob. It's really nice. It's I love the resistance in it. As you turn it, you can feel the resistance, and it's like you're actually powering something. You're driving something. I like that. It's better than just pressing a button or turning something that's got no feel to it. That feels really good. Yeah, I like that. This is where you have the power connectors as well, but I've taken those out. So what's left are these couple of buffers, which are nice. I do like the Hornby buffers. I think I've mentioned this before, but I do like the Hornby buffers. They can be made to look really realistic if you paint them up. And yeah, that's where the lethal adapter goes, that likes to fall out of the box as you open it up, or stays in the box if you open it up from the other end. Okay, so there we go. We've had a look at the locomotive, we've had a look at the tender, we've had a look at a couple of the coaches. The other two are basically exactly the same. I think we need to put it on the track and give her some juice. Okay, well here we are at the most famous piece of skirting board in Cheshire. I'm going to put a railer, or re-railer, which some people seem to call it, which I don't agree with. How can you re-rail something that's never been railed? Anyway, here we go. With my railer, I'm going to put on the back coach first. Makes it nice and easy. Just line it up, push it on. There we go. And then this coach called Chaulia, I don't know what her name is, it's really silly to be honest. Okay, so that one's on. And then, talking of silly names, Aurelia, I've got no idea. I honestly have no idea. And don't please comment underneath, because what you're doing, you're just writing it out. It's just like on the V-Trains video when people would say, oh no, it's pronounced like this, and they just type out exactly what's printed on the box. Thanks, yeah, that really helps. Okay, and then car number 54 we'll have at the front. Wow, okay, so all four coaches are on. Let's take the railer off the track, and then put on Cadbury Castle herself. Okay, so that went on pretty easily. And then the tender. And then just hook the two together. Like that. Right, there we go. Okay, now, Cadbury Castle, this locomotive, I have actually chipped. She is DCC. I can't remember whether she was DCC ready or not, because it was done so long ago, but she has been chipped. So, we need to switch on the DCC controller, wait for that to power up, select number 6, because she's number 6 on my system, my DCC system, select reverse, and then she should, yeah, go and pick up her coaches. And just look, I'll just hold the camera here for a little bit longer actually, just show you how beautifully smooth and slow she can go. Look at that. That's one of the wonders of DCC. Absolutely incredible. Okay, let's give her a little bit more power, shall we? But we'll do it smoothly, really, really smoothly. Wow, just look at her go. How smooth is she? Let's get in right close. Just look at that mechanism. That is a... I was going to say it's a quality mechanism, but this isn't a premium model. This is just a standard Hornby Castle class locomotive. It's not the premium one. But look at it. Okay, having clean wheels and clean track helps as well, but this is one of the smoothest locomotives I have. Just look at that. Absolutely stunning. Let's give her a little bit more power and see how she handles it. Okay, so here we are at the DCC controller. It's set to about 10 o'clock. Let's take it way up to about midday. Wow. Just look at her. She's incredible. Absolutely gorgeous locomotive, gorgeous train set.